Hello everyone, welcome to Knowledge Optimizer. I am Rajat and today we are going to start a factory design pattern. So what is factory design pattern? So it is nothing just a creation design pattern that provide an interface for creating object. From the name you can see creation design pattern. It provide an interface for creating object for a particular superclass. But the subclass which are implementing that superclass has the capability to basically alter the type of object to provide the to create. So what does we mean by that? And what was the problem? When do we require to use that? So suppose, okay, I'll explain it through an example. Suppose you are building an e-commerce website. Sorry. So suppose you are building an e-commerce website. Okay. Now this is an e-commerce website. At the end of it, you want to make a payment. Now the only payment method supported during the phase 1 of this was bank transfer. Okay. Now how you have integrated it? So this is e-commerce website. So whenever user try to purchase any item, you are going to show an open a page where you just user have to provide the bank details and basically do the bank transfer. Okay, this was initially implemented in the phase 1. Now there come a requirement in the phase 2 of it, like we have to support the credit card. So how you are going to do that? So since you have directly integrated it in such a way like it only support bank transfer, so here basically in this layer you have to write some logic. So that's where this factory pattern comes into picture. Now what we are going to do is basically whenever user clicks on payment method, now there would be a factory, it would be fetching through a factory like I okay here basically I want to make a payment through credit card. Now this factory will basically open that this kind of page on the basis of what to render. That would be decided by the factory like what to render, and on the basis of like what is selected, what is provided, whether he has to make a payment through credit card or bank transfer, or there could be other mode also. So on the basis of that basically now factory is deciding what to render. So this is where this factory pattern comes into picture. Okay. Now jumping back to it, what is the actual structure of factory design pattern? I think you have seen this image earlier if you had read about it. So there's nothing like there would be a creator, and creator you can consider as an interface only. So basically there is a creator which basically provide like these are the functionality, these are the things which are mandatory for that for those object which you are going to create. So suppose like this create product. Okay, this is the basic requirement to get a product of this type. So these are the must function of this. Now there would be concrete classes. So in concrete class A, concrete class B, and there would be a different implementation of these create product for these both classes, and they will also basically be providing a product only. So consider in our case the creator is nothing just a payment method. Okay, that would be an interface. So process payment would be kind of function, and it would be providing me like payment. Okay, payment type of object like what is what kind of payment is that. Okay, and now on the basis of like there would be a factory which will be fetching like whether it would be a credit card payment, whether it would be a bank transfer payment. So I'll and similarly it will basically provide me the payment. Okay, now I'll just explain the same through a through code. Okay, now we are going to cover basically uh, in two language we are going to code. Okay, first of all is this Java, then Golang. Okay, so there's this what I've created is basically this is a payment method which you're talking about, the that creator. Okay, now there would be a payment method which we have created, and there is a function which is mandatory kind of thing like process payment. Okay, now there are different implementation. It could be bank transfer, it could be credit card, it could be PayPal. So suppose it implements payment method, then in that case I have to implement the override function also. Let S out, processing bank transfer, rupees, then rupees. Okay, now we have made an implementation for bank transfer. Similarly, we'll do for credit card payment method. Here also we'll make an implementation for this function payment method. S out, processing credit card payment. mm, Rupees something, then PayPal. S out. Then okay, so we have made an implementation, like three implementation for this payment method. Now there would be a factory which will basically, on the basis of what kind of method type being called, this will provide whether it has to make a credit card payment or what. So if method type is null, we'll return it as null. No, okay, just a null check we had added, or else if method type is credit card. Okay, or return new credit card. Else if method type dot equals ignore, then this or return this. Else method type dot bank transfer, then return bank transfer. Okay, so default return null. Now what we are going to do, basically in the main function, we basically create a factory that first we'll get the factory. Now payment method. Now we are creating basically the object of superclass as mentioned in the definition. Get payment method, credit card. We can keep this credit card or debit card as enum only. Okay, I'll just do it for you. Okay, new package enum. Since this is a keyword also, so we'll keep is at payment enum. Now pay. Okay, payment enum. Now there would be credit card, debit, not debit card, bank transfer, then there would be PayPal. Okay, these are three enums which we have defined. Now the main only, before main, just make the same change for here. Payment dot credit card dot name. Bank transfer. Okay, now in the main also we'll define something like this. Create payment method 1, process payment. Suppose I'm making a payment of 300 rupees. Ah, my bad. Now I'll just copy it two more times. Bank transfer, then PayPal. Okay, 200 rupees and 100. Method 2, 3. Oh, payment method 3. Okay, I'll just run this class. So we can see through three different implementation we got this, like processing credit card payment for this and this. So I've done the similar implementation in Golang. So there's this factory. Okay, now there's this interface. Basically the creator, now I've provided there is a function this. So this is less coupled than Java. Basically you don't have to provide here implementation only, like implement this payment method or something like this for this particular struct. In Golang there is this struct instead of classes. So what I've done, I created a method for that, for basically bank transfer. Now there would be a method process payment. So I have written some lines like it would be on the similar terms as for Java, credit card, then PayPal. Okay. Now I've created a factory. In the factory, basically I have decided on the basis of what to do on what method type. So since it is asking for credit card, provide the object for credit card, then this, then this. Okay. Now main, now there is this main function. First of all, we have created, basically we have called the factory function. Now first of all for credit card process, then some amount, then PayPal, then bank transfer. So I'll just run it through main.go. So yes, you got the result. So I think now you have a bit understand like when to use these factory design pattern. If you have any question, you can comment in the comment section. So thank you. That's all for this from this video. Thank you all.